As Medical News Today reports, even when we're not on a low-carb diet, choosing foods that contain complex carbohydrates, heart-healthy fiber, and little or no added sugar can be very beneficial. Carbohydrates, simple or refined, which come mostly from sugar, may not have any benefit to our health. Although easily digested, simple or refined carbohydrates lack the essential nutrients that complex carbohydrates do and often contain high levels of added sugars. Excess consumption of refined carbohydrates has also been linked to an increased risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes and heart disease. If you are on a low-carb diet, you should reduce your intake of sugary and starchy foods. Below are some high-carb foods to consider when following a low-carb diet. 1. Soft drinks, flavored coffee drinks and packaged sweet teas. Carbonated drinks, flavored coffee drinks, and packaged teas are high-sugar drinks that can also increase calorie intake. Reports from Very Well Fit, soft drinks. Flavored coffee drinks and packaged tea can also add carbohydrates to your daily intake. This is because these drinks contain a lot of calories and carbohydrates. To be sure, read the nutritional information on the packaging. 2. Fruit juice. Although commonly considered a healthy choice, most fruit juices are very high in sugar and may not have as much nutritional value as whole fruit. The reason fruit juice tends to lack fiber. For example, 1 cup or 8 ounces of packaged apple juice may contain 120 calories, 29 grams of carbohydrates, 28 grams of added sugar, and no fiber. Meanwhile, a medium-sized whole apple has just 95 calories, 25 grams of carbs, about 19 grams of sugar, and over 4 grams of fiber. 3. Alcohol. Consuming most types of pure, straight alcoholic beverages is unlikely to add carbohydrates. But when other ingredients are added, carbohydrates can be added as well. For example, cocktails can also be very high in sugar and allow for carbohydrate intake. So while plain water is your best bet for staying hydrated on a low-carb diet. 4. Dried fruits. Fruit is part of a healthy diet. Whether fresh fruit or frozen fruit, it contains valuable fiber, vitamins and minerals. Sugar levels can also be affected by the way the fruit is packaged and prepared. For example, serving dried fruit. Although dried fruit contains natural sugar, it is highly concentrated. That's why it's good to monitor your portion sizes. 5. Canned fruit. Another potential carbohydrate source is canned fruit or cocktails. Canned fruit is often packaged in sugar syrup, including high fructose corn syrup, although you can usually get one that isn't. 6. Dairy products. The sugar in milk is mainly in the form of lactose. Unless you are lactose intolerant, this natural sugar is a good addition to your diet and recommended by nutritionists. For other dairy products like sweetened yogurt, flavored milk, and ice cream, watch out for added sugars, which can affect the amount of total carbohydrate intake. 7. Dessert cakes, ice cream, candy, and other sugary foods are obvious sources of sugar. Since sweets taste good but don't overly satiate or appease hunger for too long, it's easy to forget portions. Although it is a carbohydrate source that should be limited on a low-carb diet. 8. Processed foods. Sugar is often added to products you don't always find sweet, from breakfast cereals to ketchup and salad dressing. If you're trying to cut back on sugar, check the nutritional information on everything you buy. The added sugar is sometimes hidden sugar, that is, sugar by another name. 9. Foods high in starch. Many high-starch foods have low-carb alternatives or substitutes that you can incorporate into your diet. 10. Starchy vegetables. If you're on a low-carb diet, focus on choosing low-carb veggies and watch your portions when adding starchy veggies. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, beets, and corn are examples of high-carb, starchy vegetables.